Yo, what is up traders? Welcome back to our channel. In this video, I'm gonna show you guys the exact strategy that I've been using in the markets that's been giving me anywhere between a 60 to 80% win rate every single time I trade, guys. So if you guys want to learn this strategy, it's gonna be a little more advanced. We're gonna learn about supply and demand, support resistance, drawing trend lines, all that good stuff. Make sure you like and subscribe. It really helps us out with the YouTube algorithm, and it really helps motivate us to make even more videos for you guys that you guys enjoy. So if you guys like this video, make sure you do all that, and let's get into it. Alright guys, let's get into the video. The first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that your settings match my settings perfectly. So the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that your chart is currently on Heikin Ashi mode. So what we want to do is go up here to where it says bar style, click on this little icon, hover down to where it says Heikin Ashi and just click on Heikin Ashi, and this will set your candles to the Heikin Ashi type. Next guys, what we want to do is we want to make sure that you have the same exact indicators that I have on my chart. To do that, the first thing you want to do is remove all your indicators. So you want to right click your chart anywhere on the chart where it's blank, and you want to go down to where it says remove indicators, and then you want to click that. Once you do that, what you want to do next is you want to go into indicators and strategies up here, hover down to where it says invite only scripts, and you want to make sure that you are selecting one version of Elite Algo and two versions of Elite Oscillator version 5. So you're going to have two oscillators running at the same time, and Elite Algo running on the chart as well. Next, what you're going to do guys is once you do that, you're going to have your chart look something like this, where you have both your oscillators here at the bottom. What I like to do is I like to have Elite Algo in the middle. So what I want to do here is I'm going to hover over to where it says move panel up right here on the arrow that we see. You just want to click that once, and that's going to bring the oscillator all the way to the top up here. Next guys, this is one of the more important parts as well. We want to make sure that we are using Elite TVR on the top oscillator. So you want to make sure you go into the settings for it. So you want to go over here and click the settings icon, go down to where it says strategy, and you just want to make sure that you have Elite TVR selected. And then once you do, you just want to press OK, and then your chart should look something very similar to mine. Now, a couple more things we have to do is we want to make sure that we are using the correct settings for Elite Algo. So you want to go into Elite Algo settings, so hover over where it says Elite Algo version 18, then click this settings icon. And we simply just want to make sure that we are on the simple dashboard. We want to make sure that we have show signals turned on. And we want our sensitivity to be 1.4 or 1.2, depending on what you like better. And you want to make sure that the strategy is under normal mode. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to show you guys another strategy mode that we can be using called Trend Scalper, but we'll go over that a little bit later on in the video. Next, what we want to do is we just want to make sure that we have enabled take profit and stop loss areas turned on. You want to uncheck the TP2 and TP3, and under TP1 you want to type in 1.5. Once you do that, it's going to start giving you take profit and stop loss recommendations on your chart once you press OK. Next guys, what we want to do here, we simply want to turn on toggle order block, but we only want to do that a little bit later on the video once I explain what we're going to be doing at the very beginning. So once we have all that set up, we're going to press OK, and the chart should look something like this. All right, so now I want to go over a couple of rules that you need to follow for this strategy to work. If you do not follow every single one of these rules, then this strategy will not work for you, so don't even bother wasting your time. If you're serious about trading this strategy and serious about having a very high win rate when using Elite Algo, you need to follow every single one of these steps and every single one of these rules. They're very important. So the first thing you want to do, and rule number one, is you want to pick a time frame and you want to stick to it. Doesn't matter which time frame you pick. I recommend, if you're a beginner trader, to use the higher time frames, so the 1 hour and the 4 hour. If you're an intraday trader, I recommend you use the 15-minute time frame. Or if you're a scalper, I recommend using the 5-minute time frame. But at the end of the day, that is all preference. But what you need to do is you need to make sure that you pick one time frame and you stick to it and do not change the time frame after that. All right, once you've picked your time frame, what you want to do next is you want to make sure that you are only looking at one to four charts at a time, guys. So you want to focus on 4 charts, so that way you guys can learn exactly how that market moves like the back of your hand. You're going to know its tendencies, like how much volume does it have, does it like to go up a lot or down a lot. You're going to know all that stuff because you're going to be focusing on 1 to 4 charts, and you're going to learn those individual markets. Now, me personally, I'm using 7 different charts that I like to watch. So I'm trading Forex. I'm using USD CAD, USD JPY, USD Swiss franc, basically everything you see right here on the screen. If you trade Forex, to pick 4 of those pairs. If you're trading crypto, then maybe you want to look at maybe trading Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and maybe one more or something like that. If you're trading stocks, pick 4 stocks and stick to that, guys. It's very important that you guys do not overcrowd your watch list with a bunch of different Forex pairs, cryptocurrencies, and stocks. You just need to focus on 1 to 4 charts, and that's it. Alright guys, moving on to the next rule, and this is one of the most important rules, and this will make or break the strategy if you do not do it properly, guys. This is very, very important, and I see a lot of beginner traders and rookie traders not doing this, and this is exactly why they are losing money in the market, and they're unable to make money using Elite Algo. So what you want to do is you need to analyze the market and determine if it's in a uptrend, if it's in a downtrend, or if it's in a range. This is very, very important. How do you do that? Let me show you guys. So over here, we're going to have the market go in the 3 different ways. We have an uptrend that looks something like this, where you're creating higher highs and higher lows. So it's going to look something like this, guys. And normally you can probably use a trend line and connect the lows together and connect the highs together. And this is what you would consider a upwards trend. Now what you want to do in this scenario, guys, is you only want to be taking the buy signals. Specifically, the smart buy signals. You do not want to take any sells that come when you're in a upwards market that looks like this. Very important. Why? Because we do not want to be trading against a trend. Doing so will lower our win rate and make it so we have more risk involved in the market, which we do not want. Next, guys, just like an uptrend, but the opposite is a downtrend. The market is consistently going to be making lower lows and lower highs, guys. It's going to look something like this. When you're in a downtrend, what you can do is you can probably draw a trend line going downwards. It's going to look like this. This is the top of the trend, and this is the bottom of the trend, right? It's going to look something like that. Now, in this type of market, what we want to do is we only want to be looking for short opportunities. We only want to take the smart sell signals. We do not, again, take buy signals in a downwards trending market. No matter how tempting it is, you want to completely ignore it, guys. Again, this is very, very important. I see a lot of beginner traders making this mistake. After that, there is one more type of market, and it's called the ranging / consolidating market. Now, typically, this looks like this, where you are not making higher highs or higher lows, and you kind of not really going anywhere. The chart is headed towards the middle of the screen, and what you want to do in this type of market is not trade at all. You do not want to be following any buy signals. You do not want to be following any sell signals. You want to completely ignore this market until it either becomes a downwards trend or an upwards trend. Now, how do you know this? I'm going to show you guys. Now, typically what happens when a market is about to change is price is going to go up, break the range, come back down to retest this top of the range here before showing signs of going back up. Now, what this means is that a uptrend could be starting. Now, same thing with a downtrend. What can happen here is that if you're in a range, the price goes up, comes back down, breaks this box, so it creates a new low. The price will most likely come back up, touch this box again, before coming back down and making another low. Now, when this happens, that is considered a market reversal, and now it's going towards a downtrend. So during this scenario, you want to start looking for sell signals, specifically smart sell signals. This is going to make or break your trading, and you need to make sure that you are paying attention to the chart and you are analyzing the chart every single time you are looking to trade. You need to know exactly what's happening with the chart, whether it's an uptrend, downtrend, or a range. This is very important, and there's no getting around this. All right, guys, moving on to the next rule, and we already talked about this. Again, do not trade against the trend, only trade with the trend. I'm gonna say this one more time, guys. If we're in an uptrend, we only want to follow the smart buy signals. If we're in a downtrend, we only want to follow the smart sell signals. And if we are in a range, we do not want to trade. That's it. Okay, so now that we're looking at the chart, this is a good opportunity for me to show you guys what a range looks like and how you're supposed to trade the range once it breaks out. So over here, guys, we can see that if we were to draw a box from here to here, right, around this area, we can see that we are clearly in a range. Now, during this time, guys, we do not want to be trading at all, guys. So what we want to do actually is we want to wait until one of these candles breaks that range, then comes back to retest it. We can see over here that this actually happens. The candle came up over here, it broke out, came back to retest it, right? We got that little break above the box, came back down to retest it, and then we got a smart buy signal. Now, clearly over here, we have just identified that a new uptrend has just started. How do we notice, guys? Because over here, we can see that this low, we got a higher low, right? Right after a sell signal, after it broke out the box. So now we know, okay, this right here, we just started an uptrend. So what do we do in this scenario? Now we can start taking these smart signals, guys. So we are in an uptrend, so we can start taking these smart buy signals. This smart buy right here would have hit take profit. Again, we would ignore this sell signal because we do not want to be shorting a stock in an uptrend. Very important, again. And we see over here, we have another buy signal that hit take profit again because we are in an uptrend. And we ignored every single one of these signals because we realized that we are in a range. This is very important. This is very important that you need to learn how to look at the market and identify ranges, identify uptrends, and identify downtrends. Very important, guys. So again, the easiest way to go about it is to simply draw a box, right? And you want to wait until the candles break above the box, come back down to retest it, as we see right here, before getting another signal at the top of the box or slightly around it. Now, same thing if you're looking for a downtrend, the candles will come over here, break underneath this box, come back up to retest it, and then we can probably place the trade on the next smart sell signal that comes. Now, the other thing I want to mention, guys, again, with this strategy, is now we want to confirm a couple things, okay? We want to make sure that the TVR line is not red. If it's red, we do not want to take any of the buy signals or sell signals that are given, even if we're in an uptrend or a downtrend. It's very important, okay? Over here, we see we have a smart buy while we are in an uptrend. The TVR line is green, right? So in this area, we can clearly see that during this buy signal, the TVR line is green, which means, okay, this is a good trade to take. A couple more things actually we want to look out for, which I'll go into a little bit further in the video. But over here, we see that during this smart buy signal, right, the TVR line was orange, which means you have to watch the chart, and there's going to be caution because there's not that much volume on the chart at that given time. But you are okay to trade it as soon as that turns green. So as soon as the TVR line turns green and your buy signal is starting to go up, you can enter your trade around here and then collect that profit going further, guys. Very important, okay? This is exactly how you're supposed to use the Elite TVR oscillator. You do not want to be trading when it's red at all. If it's orange, you need to practice caution and wait until the TVR lines turn green to enter your trade. Now, sometimes you can enter on an orange line, but you have to be aware, guys, that this is a higher risk chance, and it might not go your way if you do that, okay? All right, guys, so now that we understand what the TVR line does, now what we need to do is look for another confirmation before we enter one of these trades. Right now, I'm looking at the 1 hour time frame. So what I want to do is actually want to check a higher time frame to make sure I have a buy signal on the higher time frame. Now, if you're using the hourly time frame or the 4 hour time frame, I suggest looking at the daily time frame. If you are more of a scalping, you're intraday trading, so you're using the 5 minute or the 15-minute time frame, then I suggest you go up to the 4 hour time frame and you simply take a look at what's going on the 4 hour time frame. Now, over here, we can see that in this area, we had our first buy signal after it broke out of the box, came back down to retest it, and then we got this buy signal, right? So before taking this smart buy right here, what we want to do is we actually want to go to the daily time frame because we are on the 1 hour, and we simply just want to make sure that we are in a buy position currently on the daily. This is very important. And as we can see, we are actually in a buy position on the daily. So that's another confirmation that this has a higher probability chance of going up on that buy signal, of hitting our take profit, because we are currently in a buy position on the daily. and we're looking at the 1 hour time frame, we got this buy signal. Now, same thing with this smart buy signal again. We had a buy signal on the daily, which made it very clear. Okay, so we have two confirmations. We have first confirmation, we are in an upwards trend. And the second confirmation, guys, is that we have a buy signal on the daily. We're doing multi-time frame analysis. Very important. So now that we know that, this is pretty much the gist of the strategy, guys. It is very simple. There's a couple more things that I'm going to add in a part 2 to this video, actually. So I'm going to make a second part to this video. We're going to talk about supply and demand, and we're going to talk about things like that, like order blocks that will help you take this strategy even further. So watch it for part 2. But as for this strategy, guys, it is incredibly simple, and it really comes down to just trading with the trend, following the smart signals, and then checking your higher time frames, as well as using the Elite TVR to give you a confirmation for your trades. Now, one last thing before we end this video. This also is a very important tip, and I know a bunch of you guys aren't following it because I see it in the Discord server where you guys are just betting way too much money on these trades. You want to make sure that you are practicing smart risk management, guys. This is very, very important. You do not want to be trading more than 1 to 2% of your account per trade, and you should only have up to 5 trades active at a given time, guys. Why? Because even if we're following the trend, we can still get unlucky and lose 1 or 2 trades, and we do not want those 1 or 2 trades to blow our account. We do not want that. We want to actually make money with successful trades over a longer period of time and then compound those winnings to create a bigger account so you guys can have more winnings in the future. This is very important. You have to make sure that you're practicing smart risk management and only risking 1 to 2% of your account. And I see a lot of you guys in the Discord making this mistake. And you guys sometimes are happy because you take that trade, you make a lot of money because you bet your pretty much your whole account. And now you're thinking that you're on top of the world, only to lose and blow up the account the next week because you took a bad trade, right? Trading doesn't work that way, guys. You have to have very smart risk management. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to make a part 2 of this video again, doing a supply and demand, showing you guys how to incorporate that into the strategy, as well as do some other couple things. And I'm also going to do a live trading video of me using this strategy during my live trades and show you guys exactly what I'm thinking on the chart at like any given time when using this strategy. If you guys want to see both those videos, please make sure you comment down below, say, hey, I want to see it. And also, again, make sure that you have liked this video and you subscribe so you guys can get a notification next time we upload another video, and it helps us out in the YouTube algorithm. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good day.